I'm Madison and I decided to write my informative speech on Keeling, Texas, or Fort Hood, Texas. It just kind of depends on which one you Google because it goes by either. The reason I chose this specific city is actually because I was born there, and I thought that it'd be cool to not only be able to teach you more about where I'm from, but also to learn about it myself, as I've never really taken the time to Google where I'm from. So, the first point I'd like to talk about is actually the history of it. I believe in order to effectively, on my part, be able to tell you about this town, I should probably know a little bit of background and a little bit of history. So, Keeling is located in central Texas, and it's the home to the military base Fort Hood. Keeling, Texas was named after Frank P. Keeling and was born, so to say, on May 15th, 1882. And in 2010, it was actually recorded as the 21st most populated city in Texas. It's often referred to as a military boom town due to its rapid growth of soldiers. The reason being is during World War II, this known for labor town commissioned Camp Hood, which would later be named Fort Hood, to train people to fight in the war. This military camp wasn't a good thing in the beginning, so the camp itself actually ended up taking over about half of Keeling's farming lands, which led to the demise of Keeling's major cotton gins and a lot of its farm business. This caused a bit of a depression in Keeling for a while, but it bounced back in 1950 when it was established as a permanent military post, and it has only continued to grow since. Now, the second point I would like to make is actually about what it's famous for. While obviously its most famous attraction would definitely be Fort Hood due to the city's large military background, it's also famous for something known as the Luby shooting, also known as the Luby Massacre. Now, this happened on October 16th in 1991, and it happened at the Luby Cafe, located, of course, in Keeling, Texas. Now, 24 died, including the shooter. He ended up shooting himself when he refused to, turning himself over to the cops when they unsuccessfully tried to talk him into putting the gun down. On top of the 24 dead, 27 were wounded, though not fatally. And the reason this is such a big deal, so to say, and why it's one of the things that Keeling is famous for is because at the time it was ranked as the deadliest massacre, soon surpassed by the Virginia massacre. Now, the third thing I would like to talk about is the International Festival. The International Festival is a yearly thing that Keeling likes to do. It's hosted by the Ozone Sister Cities Incorporated, and they believe that it's very vital to their community. It includes Japan, Korean, Philippines, a lot of Latin America, and Pacific Islander cultures. And in this, they share dances from their societies, music, food, and arts and crafts. They think that it's extremely important in their community, and it's a big example of the diversity that they have. To quote Anderson, one of the main leaders in this, she says, "It makes people realize that almost everybody has an ancestor that comes from somewhere. We really are a melting pot. Our mission is to observe and learn about people's different cultures because we really are a diverse metroplex." She also, on top of that, believes that if they did not have it, that people would not get along as well in this culture. And she hopes that they can continue to do it and continue to grow from it. So that is about all the time that I have. So thank you for listening.